The King's Man opens in 1902 and shows a British concentration camp in the heat of the Boer War, where suffering is rife. Not only does this reveal King's Man's originality from the offset, filming in a war barely covered at all by modern media, but it sets the tone for how the film deals with war, colonialism, and its effect on people throughout the entire runtime. The latest entry into Matthew Vaughn's action comic book franchise does indeed deliver on the high-octane set pieces you would come to expect from this series, but it does so with a wealth of respect to the tragic period in which it is set. The campy ridiculousness of the Golden Circle is completely absent in this prequel and is replaced with a dark and gritty journey through the world of European politics during the First World War. The film does cover World War I in great depth. It's clear that the writers listened in history class, but it does so at a lightning pace. The film begins in 1902, then progresses to 1914, and minutes later you're shot straight to 1916. It can sometimes be a little hard to keep up with, but the characters never feel at all underdeveloped. The story in places does unfortunately feel slightly rushed, so it could have done with maybe an extra 10 or 20 minutes, but the journey the characters go on feels just as satisfying as it would in a 10-hour series. Ralph Fiennes has replaced Colin Firth as the lead actor who typically plays more statutory roles, transformed into an action hero. Yes, Voldemort does have his moments of fast movement, but they're nothing compared to the feats Fiennes goes to as the Duke of Oxford. Not only are his fight scenes electric, but his character arc is outstanding too. The backstory behind Ralph Fiennes' lead is utterly compelling and intriguing, and he's the best character in the film and probably in the whole franchise. His relationship with his son, played by newcomer Harris Dickinson, is the soul-warming heart of the film, and their relationship and chemistry is golden. The best part of The Kingsman, however, is its fantastic story. Personally, I love films that manage to seamlessly weave real-world events, especially those concerning 20th century politics, with fictional characters and factions, and this is another example of that kind of writing craftsmanship. The film can become almost Marvel-esque in the way it name-drops the names of famous historical figures, but the story takes itself seriously enough that it doesn't feel like it's done in poor taste. The only points where the film verges on the edge of becoming a bit too light-hearted are the parts of the film regarding Rhys Ifans as Rasputin. There's a lot of these scenes that border ever so slightly into being over the top, but it never reaches a point where it would be completely unbelievable given the fact that it concerns one of the most enigmatic and almost supernatural figures in history. The King's Man is an action triumph. It's thrilling and emotional at all the right levels. It tackles war in a grim and mature way, despite managing to fit in a few laughs here and there. The film does fly through the story and could probably have been a bit longer, but wanting more usually means that something's gone right. The Kingsman gets a date score of 8. Happy dating, you loners.